All right, so today we're going to kind of work over and kind of go through this idea of the cardiovascular or circulatory system. They mean the same thing. They're just different ways to name our heart and our blood vessels and all that stuff. So first thing is, what is the circulatory system? It keeps the body working by delivering oxygen and nutrients to body and cells and everything else, and then removing carbon dioxide and waste and then getting rid of it. So it's one big giant transport system. So some functions of our circulatory system. Obviously, they transport oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. They work with your respiratory system by blood going to the lungs, picking up oxygen, dropping off carbon dioxide so your lungs can get rid of that, and then taking it to cells that need those items. It's one big bus station if you really think about it. The red blood cells are like the bus, the passengers are the oxygen, nutrients, carbon dioxide, and waste, and they're being dropped off and picked up at different spots. Second function is it transports nutrients. So down we got our oxygen. Now we come down and we work with our digestive system. So we go to the small intestine, the large intestine to pick up those nutrients that have been digested, and then we drop off waste that our body doesn't use. Fighting disease. A lot of times if we get a virus or bacteria, it gets into our bloodstream. And our blood cells, our white blood cells in particular, are responsible for trying to kill it. So helping fight disease. Your immune system has a lot of facets to it. Part of it is the cardiovascular system. Transporting hormones and chemical signals. So there's a lot of signals that you have in your body. There's electrical ones in the nervous system, but the chemical ones actually go through and are carried by your blood cells. Chemical signals will be like adrenaline. When you have that fight or flight response, that is a chemical signal that is sent around by your bloodstream. And the last one, helping with temperature. Your body needs to stay at a 98.6 degrees. If it gets too hot, then your blood cells can help you by releasing some heat and expanding. If it gets too cold and your body wants to conserve heat, your blood cells shrink to keep heat inside. So based on your temperature, your blood cells in your body can help reduce your temperature or to keep it steady. Now there are three types of blood vessels. There's arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Arteries away. Just a quick little way to help me remember that arteries carry blood away. Away. Veins carry blood back to the heart. So always back to the heart are veins, and then the tiny ones in between where it changes from veins to arteries or arteries to veins. These are the extremely tiny capillaries. Capillaries is the part where that exchange of oxygen, nutrients, carbon dioxide, and waste take place between your blood cells. Capillaries are so small that blood cells, red blood cells, have to go one at a time. They are so that they're that small. After that, then they get back into artery or vein depending on where the blood flow is taking it. So arteries are away, veins are back to, capillaries is where the exchange happens, and they're the smallest blood vessel. Just a quick, how does the blood move through the heart? It starts in our right atrium, so it comes down here from the body. It's in our first chamber up here. Then it goes through our tricuspid valve down to our lower chamber, the right ventricle. The heart squeezes, it gets pushed through the pulmonary valve out to the lungs, then comes back into the left atrium, pumped down past the bicuspid valve, pushed out through the bicuspid valve, the aortic valve, and then it's pushed out to the rest of the body. Okay, so just coming in through, being pushed out, coming back in, being pushed out, and to the rest of the body. Well, that's it for this one. The next one, if you need to see the parts of blood, you can go ahead and watch that yourself. But this has just been the cardiovascular system itself.